Now, yeah, they come in. I have a hard time because I have not seen the normal version of this movie since it came out in 2002, and that's not an exaggeration. I've only ever seen the extended cut since then, so I forget what is and isn't in the movie. But at least in one version of the movie, it sounds like it was in this one.
Yeah, I thought.
Okay, yeah. So the evil men also come and pledge themselves to Saruman.
They're just like the horse.
They're called like the wild men.
Yeah.
The Dunliving.
There's also a group of humans, the ones that are marching in when the gate opens.
Wait.
When they
Right, exactly. There's the
Why
men from
didn't
the
it change?
east,
There it
and
goes.
Rodream, they're called.
And the Olifant.
And riding the Olifant.
Olifant.
Right. So the bad guys, they're not just orcs. There's people on their side as well.
And they're not shadow people, they're a different type.
They're not shadow people. They're just assholes.
Okay.
Yep.
So then...
Yeah. So,
But
Sauron just promises them stuff.
yeah, exactly.
What?
Like land.
We'll give you their land once we win or whatever. You know what I mean?
Is he able to like manipulate their minds? Is he that type of magic, or is it just they're like...
not without the ring. But I mean, he's very powerful. He's scary. He's scary as fuck.
No, it is implied. Saruman in particular is implied. His sort of main.
Saruman. I'm confused. Why are the names so stupid?
I know, right?
Saruman's voice has power. There's numerous times where they refer like, don't let him talk. When they're in the forest, they're like, don't let him say anything, or he'll enchant us or whatever. Saruman has this like incredible voice that can kind of like enchant people.
Well, he causes the storm with his voice too.
Right. So that's sort of like how his magic is expressed. And so there is kind of an implication he could be brainwashing people to side with him too.
Okay.
So there you go.
Someone in chat, you guys can't tell me, but they said, does Olivia know who the shadow people actually are? Oh my god.
I think we talked about it last
Do you
time.
know who the shadow?
I know that it's like humans that have been...
They were old kings.
Scabs.
No,
I
they
don't
were.
know this.
So in the prologue of the first movie, if you recall, they're kind of giving you the rundown, and it's Sauron makes all these rings. He gives 3 to elves, 7 to the dwarves, and 9 to men. Those 9 men were all kings of various kingdoms. Those rings, it was a trap. Those rings turned them into those shadow people. Yeah.
So is
So
it...
those 9,
pixel,
the shadow
0
people you're talking about with
pixels.
the Siga's robe and everything, those are like old kings that got turned into wraiths. And now they haunted forever.
Is over and you see them and they're wearing crowns and stuff.
Yeah,
Remember that?
in the shadow.
It's kind of implied that, like, if you wear the ring too long, that would happen to Frodo too.
Right,
Like,
okay.
Eventually, you just kind of turn into like a ghost, essentially. Sure, fade away. Yeah.
If the ring is eliminated from the shadow person, do we know what happens? Or will we know?
The ring, they only know if the ring dies.
Why does this keep going away?
You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
Do I have to change it and
They can't
swap
be
these
killed,
again?
basically, unless the
They
ring.
keep coming back. They respawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the orcs go and they kill a village that we have never seen before.
Yes.
They like pillage an entire
Yeah, they fuck
village.
it up. And it's very sad that mom has to send her kids away. Remember, she puts them on the horse.
Yes, the 2 little kids.
Right. Yeah.
And then they go to the tower.
Sure. Yeah.
Helm's
One of the
Deep.
castles. To one of the castles. Yeah.
One of the castles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we see then, we're at one of the castles, and there's a very sick, old-looking king. Crazy-looking king.
He's
Like,
very-
I've never seen someone look more sick.
I don't like looking at him either.
I don't like it.
No,
And he has a partner who looks like he belongs in the Rocky Horror
Why
Picture
does the
Show.
mouse only
He
show
has like eyeliner on, he has
points?
greasy black hair,
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like he's wearing like skinny jeans. So I don't really know who
Alright,
did that,
we're
but
good.
he looks like he's puppeteering him a bit.
Yeah. Did you catch what his name was?
No.
His name is Wormtongue.
Oh, that's who you're talking
You gotta, like, you don't want to judge a book by its cover, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks like
But that, like,
Wormtongue.
greasy ass guy, and his name is Wormtongue. I don't know why anybody trusted that.
You know, and part that I was like, they were gonna kill him. The king was gonna kill him, and they're like, enough blood has been spilled.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was a little Saturday.
fucking guy.
That was a little Saturday
And
morning.
then he
for him.
runs off and helps Sauron.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'll be back.
Lena's not here right now. That was her main problem with the whole movie. She
Should
would
have
not
fucking
drop
hung his ass.
Or at least just put him in a cell.
And also the king at the time of sparing him, or being the old guy that or young, he didn't know that he got his son killed yet.
Right.
Imagine after he runs away, this snake tongue.
Yeah, why did Legolas stop?
And it's like, why did you let the person murdering my son away?
Aragorn.
Aragorn's such a
By the
goody
way,
two-shoes.
that part where he finds out that his son died, we were kind of confused because we thought that his son was still alive.
He was alive. It's implied that Wormtongue killed him. He finishes him off.
Okay, but they don't show it.
They don't show it.
There are two dead brothers. So there were that blonde girl. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
She
Eowyn.
Eowyn. She has a brother, and she also saw a dead body and
Should've
started
got
crying.
some
Her brother is
fucking-
vanished, right?
The brother is banished. Yeah.
Who is the dead body that she's crying over?
That's the king's
Some
son,
papers.
which is
I
her.
don't know how many I got left.
Okay, so I was
So one was banished and one was killed.
Yes, the king's son was killed. The king's nephew is the one that
I
got banished.
Those two, they kind of look the same.
Yeah, there's like 5 guys there that all looks the same. They all
They all like kind of have the same vibe.
The one who's the nephew is the one who all of Reddit was saying I look like. I found out that dude's Billy Butcher.
Yeah, it's Billy Butcher.
I had no idea. That blew my fucking mind.
Carl Urban. Yeah, this
Shit,
was
dude,
he was
no wonder I'm
unknown
feeling
with
fucked
Lord
up.
of the
Did I
Rings.
take my
I mean,
blood
he doesn't have the
pressure?
biggest role in these movies, but he does
Knocked me out.
do exceptionally well in the parts that he is in. But yeah, he's gone on to be a big star himself.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. It doesn't look like him at all. I'm looking at some images.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, the depiction of women in this movie is pretty silly.
Oh my
Yeah, we
God,
were talking
dude,
about
fucking
how
blood pressure
that girl
pills. How are
Eowyn,
they so nasty?
She's supposed to be like a badass warrior, right?
they didn't give her enough. She just doesn't.
She's always like hysterical and emotional. She's supposed to be like a
She wants
badass
to
warrior.
be like more
God,
than
this
just like
blood
yeah,
pressure
but they
pills
don't
are
really give her
fucking
enough.
gross, dude. And I used to
But she has a quote
I used
that
to
was
Xanax
really good
this
that
all
kind
on
of
my
explains
tongue,
that.
man.
Let me find it.
But she's always just doing like this, like.
Used to all kinds of pills on my tongue. This blood pressure meds are fucking tangy and nasty.
I was gonna say that. Takes place
Tastes like a
over
rotten moon.
I don't buy it.
two movies.
I know the intentional. I don't buy it.
To fry
Dull her down, and
Yeah.
when this moment comes, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
She movie?
Yeah, but I don't buy it.
She gets her time and she gets the spotlight.
She has like the most bad. I mean,
It's the most bad. It is really bad. A lot of people's favorite moment of the whole
I don't
series
remember
comes with her.
it.
So
Really?
no, I'm just saying, there's more to come. There's
Yeah,
more to
I know.
come.
I understand the build up, kind of.
Yeah.
Even though it looks
Yeah.
different.
A quote that she gave in the film is, "Women learned those without swords can still die upon them," and that's
Yeah.
her explanation for like knowing how to use one. And I thought that was awesome.
It's a good line.
I liked that. I just wish that she had more like actual action, I guess. But
Every
it
time,
sounds like it's in movie number 3.
every time they show her, she's just like having a freak out.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they didn't do her justice in that way.
Lee was getting annoyed of her. She kept saying Aragorn has a girlfriend already. Yeah. But,
I know that part was kind of strange to me.
No, she doesn't know.
No, she does know.
She does know.
Well, she was like, "Where'd you get that necklace?"
Yeah.
From the lady.
Also, I started on the extended after we watched the regular last night, and there is a lot of stuff they leave out of the normal version. Like, I didn't know Aragorn was like 87 years old.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that like I thought that's I don't know.
Yeah, I've been watching the extended ones, and they're very long.
I looked it up today, and it was the extended one for this one at 45 minutes of deleted scenes.
You know, like we have 10 minutes. Speaking of runtime.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought about watching
Alright, well,
it, but I wasn't gonna have time, so I watched
The
regular.
music.
It's significantly longer. It didn't really even dawn on me how much longer it is.
I really like the extended. If you haven't watched the normal one, I recommend going and watching the long ones. It's great. I've watched them a couple times.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead. Alright.
Ooh, shit, I've already got a Pokemon.
Orcs, they're just like
Magnemite.
us. I have.
Pretty sure I
Orlando
got that, even though
Bloom.
it's
His group is. Their mission is
first
to save
150,
Pippin
y'all,
and,
probably.
And
I don't know.
and the others are to drop off the ring.
Correct.
I was just clarifying. Okay, the orcs then killed
Just do
and
that
ate one of their
anyways.
own.
I don't know if I
thought
had
that was
one of
Yeah,
those,
yeah.
though.
Then they killed a goblin and ate it.
It's
Oh, and they're
Sure.
different.
They're
right?
different.
Alright, I caught it.
Okay. Jewish.
Stop, okay, come on. Every time I say
It needs
orc,
to
I say
stop.
Jewish, you can't call that a coincidence.
just like looks up and he goes, blood has been spilled on this night.
That's so funny.
How does he know that?
Because elves have different, they experience the world, like he has supervision,
Oh.
they're immortal, they have more sense for like the earth and nature and stuff.
Okay.
Wait, isn't it because he says that the sky, like, he notices that the sky is red in the morning?
The sunrise is red.
He says the sunrise is red. So that's actually, it's because they're burning all of the corpses from the battle. And so there's smoke in the air, and it makes the sunrise more red. So it actually isn't even really an elf thing in that case. He does have superhuman vision and like hearing, but in this case, I think it's just the implication of the sunrise being red like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there was this fancy helmet that a man with long blonde hair was wearing, and it had fake blonde hair on it, like a high pony.
Yeah.
I thought that was fierce.
Yeah, awesome. These guys really like their horses. They're horse people for sure.
Well, they're called the Riders of Rohan. That's their whole thing. They're horse people.
Horse
All
people.
about them horses.
I haven't seen the movie.
Something about the horses. In the book,
Hallelujah.
Oh.
What?
there's some of them fuck horses.
Oh, come on.
That one wasn't in the book. That was in the director's
What is it? JT, just the right height, NBR, no bucket required.
Fighting when Merry and Pippin escape.
The horse people. They show up in the middle of the night.
Everybody's typing that now.
They rode up on the orcs.
Okay. And then so that group beat all the orcs, and the orcs were all stacked. Their corpses were all
What
stacked.
is it? JTRH,
Then our
NBR.
boys, Orlando and Aragorn and
Gimli, the dwarf, yeah.
yep, they find Pippin's knife sheath in the burn
Yep.
circle.
Yeah.
In the burn circle. And then Aragorn is for some reason
He's a ranger. That's been his identity. He's a tracker and a ranger.
And
They-
it's,
These
yeah,
these
that's
are,
his job.
like they're
His
like
life.
special operations.
This is what he
meant
like.
to track. They are good at tracking stuff.
okay.
He has some superhuman ability to track.
Yeah, so he
Not
has a vision of our little
superhuman, just
boys, and then
best of-
he's able to find them.
It's not so much a vision as he's like able to see all the subtle clues and the
Sherlock
ground and
Holmes
stuff.
type of-
Yeah, exactly. He's like a detective.
Oh, he's good at it.
Yeah, he's not like when it's cutting back. It's just to show us, the viewer, what he's kind of seeing in his mind.
Okay.
But he's able to just like see like the footprints and then the rolling here, and he kind of can figure out what happened from just looking at the ground.
Got it.
Yeah.
I said the tree does not like being called a tree. He liked being called a tree herder.
They're not trees. Actually, they're also elves that lived amongst in the forest for so long they started to take the shape of trees.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know that lore. Interesting. I do agree that it's a little silly because he takes great offense to being called a tree, and then literally the next line he's like, "My name's Treebeard." It's like, bro,
Treebeard.
you call yourself Tree,
I
not a
thought
tree.
That was crazy. That was absolutely absurd. Unneeded. We got off on the wrong route. Thanks. Okay. Oh, this was like a cute little motif for Save the Earth, Save the Planet, because the tree said nobody cares about the woods anymore. And I think that was...
The author was a big, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say environmentalist
It
because I
was.
don't think that concept existed in that
I
way
feel
back
like-
then, but he felt a great attachment to nature and stuff for
I
sure.
see that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then a white lizard shows up. Oh, it's not a wizard. It's not a lizard. It's a wizard, and it's Gandalf.
The lizard, the white lizard.
He looks like a lizard a little bit. I have somebody let Gollum off his freak leash. I have Gollum is doing ASMR. Speak up, sir, and also calm down. He is always
King Gizzard
whispering.
and Wizard.
I see, yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong about the ants. They are beings. They're not trees.
Oh,
But they're not elves.
They're created by Avala.
I see that. I read that.
They were taught to speak by elves.
they were taught to speak by elves.
So
Okay.
Vala is
I'm surprised Dan doesn't say
magicians,
that.
right? Vala.
No, that's like the demigods. That's the overall name for.
But there is wizards.
No, that's the Istari. Oh, Istari.
Okay.
So
get
Gandalf
this
the
started.
White enters in a beautiful pool of angelic light,
Alright.
sort of like me every day.
Exactly.
Gandalf.
Bleached white
Jack.
undies, no skin
I ducked in my own house. What was that?
Devil, and he died and went to space, and then he woke up like Tyra Banks gave him an America's Next Top Model makeover.
True. That's all accurate.
It is. It's absolutely true. I have it looks like Gandalf the White bleached his beard roots but didn't tone them. Yeah, the first time he came back, the glue on his beard looked a little bit orange. But I'm being rude.
Cinema sin.
No offense. Every time Orlando Bloom says anything, it adds nothing to the plot, but whatever, I'm grateful.
Yeah, that's kind of a meme, I think.
Yeah, and Legolas is not really done justice in the movie. I have a bigger issue, though, with Gimli being pretty much like this. If I do have one like genuine gripe with these movies, it's turning Gimli just into like the doofus comic relief character.
Hello.
Like
if you want luxury, there's
no
nowhere better than the
Shut
Tiger
up.
Hotel.
Silly idiot.
It's probably the finest inn in all of
It's a
Cyrodiil.
lot of like slapstick. It's a
Does
lot
that mean he
of
caught me?
it's a lot of short jokes.
Heard
And,
any
like,
news
some
from
of
the
it
other
works, but
provinces?
I feel like they
Nothing.
overdid it.
I'm
Same
Jer,
with,
a pickpocket. But relax, you're safe.
Pippin?
No, the
Ooh,
elf-
I want you to buy some shit for me.
Legolas, they did the same thing. I don't think they had any time to develop them.
I mean, there's a lot going on in these movies.
But yeah,
I'm
they
listening.
turned them into like just total like nothing goofballs.
Yeah, they're not really fleshed out. It's true. It's true.
Aragorn's the
That's
only
foul.
one with like a heavy-
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. Is that so?
If you're gonna focus on one, he actually matters to the plot way more.
Ugh,
so
that's foul.
Okay.
What a great story. Goodness, is that so?
The tree herder holding my little hobbit voice has the London look. I think because his legs are so long. I have. Does Gollum have an effect on his voice, or did the voice actor just ruin his vocal cords like Annie on Broadway?
That one.
it probably hurt to do that.
Get away
as
from
much as he did it, but
Really?
the man is
No,
very
you do me
good
too.
at it.
That's just talk.
Almost every actress who played Annie on Broadway when
What
they
a
were
wonderful
kid,
compliment.
After singing Tomorrow every single night and screeching, a lot of them report back.
Is
their
that so?
vocal cords
Not
were, like,
funny,
totally
not
ruined,
even-
so I
really?
imagine that happened
Interesting.
As well. There's a new army all of a sudden, and they have a really good eyeliner.
I wish I could say that.
Army, the old,
No, you
Matt,
do me
the
too
White
much on.
Wizard,
Oh, please. You're revolting.
I'm actually confused.
Well
who
done.
attacks Helm's Deep.
What a wonderful. You can't scare me.
Yeah, well,
Get
they-
away from me.
You're talking about the Helm's Deep battle?
They did,
Please,
and they
go
were
on.
just their eyes showing, and they had eyeliner.
You have to.
Oh no!
Oh,
The Gilded Carafe.
They're humans.
Fine store,
they're
but-
when they get to the gate, right? Is this the part
Shadow
where I
Hydrant.
remember they get to the gate and
So
and
is that
Sam
where I get-
falls down the hillside and all that?
Sam fell off a rock.
So if I fuck
yeah,
up
they do have eyeliner.
stealing from
Yeah, they
him,
look
I'll get
amazing.
kicked out of the Thieves Guild, right?
They have a magic cape too that they don't explain at all.
Right, how they're able to kind of hide.
Is that not
Yeah.
explained when the elves give
I think they
I don't remember.
I was thinking about that.
Come on, are you gonna catch me?
That's really cool though.
You wear the shadows well. What do you want to
Shut
know?
up.
I feel like it was
The doyen
implied
or the
somehow.
hands.
I wonder
The
if the elves might have said like, "Oh, you'll know
Shadow
what to do
Hydrant.
with this in the
You
moment
wear.
or something."
What
Or
do you
like,
want?
I don't remember.
I wanna sell my soul.
The door. The Shadow Hydrant.
Turn the rock back into the cape.
Yeah.
Really good.
That was
Okay.
really well done.
Yeah.
Like it was like
Put his shit back in
It
when
was
he
subtle enough that it
knows.
was like kind of believable.
Yeah.
That they would be able to be looking at it, and it's just
You know
like
what?
camouflaged so well that they would notice.
Oh, I forgot to ask something. How does Frodo
Did he
know
just
that
run?
Schmeagol's name was Schmeagol and that?
Gandalf told him in the first movie.
Oh, okay. But was Gandalf what you're gonna meet?
No, in the first movie, I don't know if you remember this, but there's a scene when they're down in the mines and they're resting for
Yeah,
a
I
bit,
got
and
kicked out.
Frodo sees Smeagol sneaking up on him.
Oh.
And Gandalf's like, oh, he's been
What
following
is
us
it?
for a while.
You're not running no more.
And
You're
I
not.
think the thing is that
You.
Frodo is familiar with Gollum because Gollum had this whole encounter with Bilbo, his uncle. So he's probably been
Right.
told the story about Gollum before.
Okay.
So
Bilbo got the ring from Gollum.
Sorry, I have things
How
to
did that
do.
happen again?
You'll have to leave now.
Okay, so I have
That's a
to.
whole other story.
They call me Isleaf the Open-Handed because, well, don't expect a handout from me.
He got it from the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
If there's a complaint about a merchant, speak to Vanita.
So, where are we?
Certainly.
Also, here's that eyeshadow.
It looks wait,
Or the,
no,
eyeliner,
there's
rather.
even better.
No,
There's
the Elephant Riders have intense.
Right.
they have like wings.
Yeah.
a rock and somehow quicksanded himself.
You should be ashamed.
Regular gravel.
Goodness, what can I say?
Fell down a hill.
Really
Damn
deep
it.
and rock.
And, like,
Oh, please. What a
like,
great
so
story.
dense around him. And, like,
Well done. Please, I'm embarrassed. You're wasting your breath. You're revolting.
Goofy how embedded in the rock.
What a great... Really now, you're such a child. Is that... Ugh, that's foul. That works for me. Shadow hide.
You know, that's the humans again. Those are just
the eyeliner people.
bad guys.
I wrote, I wonder what happened under there. I have, Gollum is the best actor out of this motley crew. I agree. I still believe that.
I think,
He's such a fantastic actor.
I'm telling you, it was highly praised. In fact, did he win an Oscar for doing that? Or maybe there was like a lot of, maybe he didn't qualify and people found that upsetting.
I would find that upsetting.
One of the rings for sure of the king.
In fact, Dan, Andy Serkis was the character in Expedition 33.
Oh, that's true.
Best picture, best director.
Yeah, no, he has not won an Academy Award.
That's
Really
absolutely disgusting.
Best makeup. I guess there's really not a fitting category for him.
Best supporting.
He's not really supporting.
He is, though.
He's like a third.
He did win a lot of acting awards for his performance as Gollum, just not an Oscar. So there you go.
Was he nommed at the Golden Globes at least?
I don't see Golden Globes on here either.
That's devastating.
See, I think the rules have since changed, but at the time, this concept of motion capture performance like that being something other than like a technical thing rather than like an artistic thing, people hadn't really like caught up with that concept yet, and so he got overlooked by a lot of awards.
Creepypasta
Guys, we gotta
this
put a
Friday.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Aw, okay.
I tried. I was trying to keep the pace up.
Should we finish Monday?
Well, we are about halfway through, right?
And I have the notebook to talk about too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, literally, you can wear one of our cute dresses.
Well, listen, everybody. Thanks for watching. Fun never ends over here at the H3 show. We'll see who's suing me next week. Tune in to find out. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thank you to our members. Love and appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone, really. Thank you. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a great
Bye-bye. Peace and love, family. If you, well, nobody's watching, so. Family, family, family. God, stop saying chop chop. See, especially because of a chop chop timestamp boy. Everybody's like chop chop. Also, I should have put nothing up, whatever.
Welcome back to Weekly Dose of Creepypasta. Starting off with a little disclaimer. We got another gross one today. Listen at your own discretion. Now, you know that before we get into this gross story, we have to give our thanks to the members of the Coven over on Patreon. A huge thank you to our disciples, Auntie Pat, Backwards D-Dog, Bubbly Panda, Tiffany, Tomboy Topwood, Patrick White, and D-Master311. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. Now,
No way they put an ad right there. You dirty bitches.
Honestly,
Let's let the story begin. I'm into BDSM, bondage, shit like that. Some people might find that weird, but I'm sure those people
Immediately off to a crazy start.
So let's not judge. I mention this because it's important to what happened. It gives you an idea of the kind of company I often keep, the kinds of places I often find myself. The BDSM club I'm a member of. That's where this all started. It was last weekend, around 1 a.m. Saturday night, or early Sunday if you want to be a dick about it. And I was just an observer for the night. In these kinds of places, one sees all manner of interesting attire. Lots of latex, zippers, chains. The man that summoned my attention and kicked this whole thing into gear was wearing a red latex suit that looked as if it were painted on. He said he'd seen me there over the past year, and that he knew I was serious about the life we'd chosen. He spoke cryptically, and everything about his tone and his choice of words made it seem like he was almost like a BDSM purist. He commented on my piercings and tattoos, commending me for my commitment to body modification. I don't have anything extreme, just sleeves and a few piercings. He then told me I was ready to ascend to the future, only now. It was fucking weird, but I like weird, so I was intrigued. I asked what he meant, and he said that the club in which we stood was a child's playhouse, a diet, sugar-free version of where I belonged. Mind you, he said this as we stood in a room featuring a woman suspended from the ground, hog-tied, having her stomach and legs ripped with a cat o' nine tails. I've never been particularly into the most extreme stuff, but again, I was intrigued. Part of me thinks that I wasn't the person who was supposed to get the card, that the man in the red latex suit mistook me for someone else. The man in the red latex suit handed me a business card that gave only an address and brief instructions. He told me to go join the upper echelon that night because I'd earned the opportunity.
Our newest pickpocket.
I was to give that night's password, Omega. I put the address
You
into
need
the
more
GPS
experience
on my
before I...
phone
When you've...
and found that it was located in the downtown area of the city in which
You
I
need
lived.
more experience before I can use you on a commission. When you've contributed enough to the
Where
guild
do I turn
coffers
it in? I
by...
got tons of shit.
But the address was to one of the
The
largest
best source of
businesses.
information on them. However, what do you want to...
That gave me a little peace of mind.
You were removed from the guild.
Curiosity, as they say, killed the cat.
It's your prison sentence.
I left the club and went to the building. I pulled into
All
the
Thieves
parking
Guild member.
garage and drove to the floor
He's a
level.
captain of the imp...
Heard
2
the
years.
instructions on the car.
So I can
Once
talk to
there,
him if I need to pay off.
You can
the-
pay your fines to the
I
guards.
walked into the
Serve...
building and up to the 27th
It's your prison sentence.
The hallways
I don't
of
have
which
it.
were lined with people
You can pay your fines to the guards,
positions,
serve your time,
like
or
some
pay
kind
me
of
half.
art installation.
It's your...
I was taken into a part of the
I
building
guess
that
it
was
only
called
stays
the
gray
vault.
if I actually use it.
If you go to the Fighting Chance, make sure to speak with Rosan about repairing...
And it looked no different than where I'd been half an hour prior.
You need more experience.
Where
When
do
you've...
Which wasn't necessarily
I'll just give you money. What do you fucking want?
There were maybe 60
Shadow
people
hide you.
there, and they were all wearing the same sorts of BDSM gear as the club I'd come from.
Go to
These
where?
people had more body modification work done. I hadn't been asked for a password at that point, so I wasn't exactly sure why I'd been sent to this place. as it
Jeez,
was
dude,
a
you're setting my
huge
head on
step up from what
fire.
I'd been into for years. But then the lights dropped.
jobs. We're thieves, not masons or scribe. Look, you're on your own as a thief. Go find a likely-looking house. Case that when he leaves, you break in and steal some stuff. However, you will find that you can only sell stolen property to one of our guild fences. Well, sometimes the guild gets a special commission. You should check in with your doyen every once in a while to see if...
Leaving simply a nose with a large hole. He gave a speech, welcoming everyone, inviting them to have a good time. But then he began talking about...
You need more experience before I can use you on a commission. You need more experience. First, second, third.
The most imaginative, the most different.
What do you want to do?
There should be a few of you in the crowd that were given a password.
Breaking any of the 3 rules means expulsion from the Thieves Guild. If you commit murder, blood price is for each person slain. You can pay any of the guild doyen. What do you want to know?
If tonight is your first night, you should consider yourselves quite lucky. You're going to witness
Certainly.
the final product.
What do you want to know?
Bennett's transformation. A light applause swept over the room. Password holders, please.
The doyen are the hands and eyes of the guildmaster. You take your orders from them, you get your favors from them. I am one doyen, and Scriva is the other.
Elevators. And before we stepped into
What do you want to know?
two made available to us, we whispered the password to a large man in a suit. Up to the third.
The best fences are only available to the higher-ranked Thieves Guild
Oh, come
members.
on.
Here's a list of who...
On either side of us, creating a
Ungar lives in
makeshift
Bruma.
hallway.
He doesn't have much money, but he's the only place you can sell hot property if you are new to the Thieves Guild.
At the back of which was an area hidden by
Shadow
the
hide
edge
you.
of the sheet.
Certainly.
Hung horizontally, almost like a stage with its curtain pulled. We were led into the open space. For about 40 minutes, we all just kind of
You win this one.
conversing amongst ourselves. I
Don't
found
make me
someone
laugh.
else who
That's a bit excessive, don't you think?
And when we tried to ask others when we were going to be seen,
Shadow hide you.
each
Ah,
person said
ah.
that we just needed to see it for ourselves.
Shadow hide you.
One man did say that the last time they'd had one of these events was over a year prior, so he couldn't exactly be sure what they'd been seeing, but he had an idea. You have all seen the most extreme of body modifications. A voice boomed as the lights dimmed. Holes where holes should be. Splits where things should be together. Things together where they should be apart. Well, we've got something new for you today. Something you've never seen. Something that will amaze you, as it amazed us to perform on the lovely, the brave Miss Bennett. In a few moments, you will be the first to see what will undoubtedly become
My horse fucking ran away. I missed
in
one.
the body modification.
My horse fucking ran away. I don't know where the hell that shit went.
To the stretching party. I began trading guesses with my new friend as to what was going to have been stretched on this Miss Bennett woman. Both of us eagerly
Guess I had
anticipating
one
the
at
reveal,
least.
while also a bit nervous. I mean, I was into the lifestyle, but I didn't want to see anything too gruesome. And all signs were pointing to the fact
Oh, holy shit, it just
this
came
was
up with
going to be more hardcore than I was used to. A short time later, a drum roll began emanating throughout the room. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a truly one-of-a-kind woman. That same voice blared over a loudspeaker. Over the course of 2.5 years, 19 procedures have been implemented to complete Miss Bennett's transformation.
Hey, leave the horse alone. Whoa, can I move? Like, more inspiration?
All of you
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna let the horse beat his ass. Get it, horse. Hurry up, horse. Get it. Yeah! You know what I like?
Footsteps. Clunky, uneven footsteps coming from somewhere behind into the side.
I wish I could put that wolf coat on him. Why does it jump every time anyone gets on him?
Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat. Pat, pat. Pat, pat. Pat, pat. Pat, pat. The steps got
Man,
louder
the last time I played this was a different time in my life. It's crazy.
I saw the silhouette, and my heart sank to my stomach. A black figure, thinner than thin, standing tall, leaning hard to her left. 2 spotlights burst on, flooding the stage with light, as gasps and hushed whispers filled the viewing area.
Last time I played this was when it was new. That was probably, unless I played something at my cousin's house, that was the last new game I played in that life.
With a space each above and below her ribs that isn't there on the average person. As I said, she was hunched over, hard to the left.
I'm excited to play Lunar again, but also my cousin Bob. Whoa, it's already here. Oh, yeah.
Her jaw had somehow been unhinged, making a deep underbite on a mouth that couldn't possibly close. A massive black hole.
Dude, where did my horse go? This is what I'm talking about.
As it should have been. Her nostrils had been stretched.
This is what I thought happened last time, is that it was
down to line up with her bottom lip.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna probably just
Then helped her to the center of the stage and stood ready to catch her if she fell, as she slowly, clumsily,
I guess I can use the horse somewhere.
twirled around in a circle. I saw that there were several more notches in her bent spine than there normally would be. The voice came back over the loudspeaker. Miss Bennett has dedicated herself to our community, becoming without question the most modified woman on the planet. We have added several titanium rods in her to act as new bones, and performed a number of skin grafts to cover the extra space. This woman is the 8th wonder of the world, and you all have the privilege of being the first to lay eyes upon her. The room filled with a light clap from guests, both amazed and horrified. A gurgle left the gaping maw of the at least 9-foot-tall Miss Bennett as she stood on braced, yet still wobbly legs. I looked around the room and found one couple aggressively kissing each other, another man masturbating, and others whispering to themselves and pointing up at the
This is
stretch.
not the usual creepypasta, by the way. This one's pretty hardcore. By the way, it's just, I know it sounds nuts.
We moved my departure and just kept staring at the woman on stage with what I can only describe as rapacious eyes. As I tried to leave, I was stopped by 2 men in suits at the elevator door who made me sign a non-disclosure agreement form, which I did. They then accompanied me to the 4th floor parking garage and only finally turned around as I began driving. I called the police immediately because, well, why wouldn't I? Nothing about what I'd just seen seemed remotely legal or ethical. The police went to where the party was being held, getting there probably an hour after was almost as if no one had been there at all. According to the police, the only evidence they found of anyone being there on either of the floors I'd been to was a few pieces of duct tape that had ostensibly been used to hold the sheets up, and a puddle of what looked to be drool in the stage area. The parking garage was empty. The police lost interest, even suggested
Alright.
the entire thing up.
Night, love you.
Then, a few minutes ago, I got a text.
I should have put that somewhere.
We were not prepared for the aggression. You attempted to compromise our hard work, but we are a forgiving group, fortunately for you. Despite your transgression, you will have the privilege, like Miss Bennett, of being the guest of honor for the next stretching party. See you soon.
You're right, dude. They ain't gonna tell you
What's going
my
to
God.
happen? But I know that I should have heeded the warning of the curious cat.
You were probably already the person, dude. That dude was like totally preying on you. And the fact that you couldn't tell that's why that happened to you. That was gonna happen to you the whole time. I'll probably listen again to when I can actually listen.
All right, you two, are you ready for the celebration tonight?
Sure, I'm always down to celebrate, but what are we celebrating?
I do believe my favorite Philistine needs no more reason to celebrate than the existence of libations and hedonism.
Well, don't go sour already. I haven't even told you what we're gonna get into. Judge not, you know?
For a corpse all your life, it is well known that the devil can orchestrate you when it suits his purpose.
What? I thought the devil couldn't even look at a cross or anything.
You're thinking of Dracula, not the devil. And what you fail to realize is that Satan is the second most powerful being in all of creation under God.
Yeah.
He was in charge of all the music in heaven and all the knowledge under God.
Really? I thought when God struck them down, they became ugly and evil.
No, humanity came up with that hogwash just so that they could differentiate between evil and
Not
good.
wrong.
So Satan and his demons look no different than angels, and they can quote scripture for their own purposes. How can I tell the difference?
That is a question that scholars have argued over for over 1,000 years, but in your case, you can probably just figure it out by
That
asking
guy
people
gave us a
today.
conscience.
All right, you two, are you ready for the
I
celebration
mean,
tonight?
why else would a
Sure, I'm
conscience
always down to
evolve?
celebrate, but what are we celebrating?
I do believe my favorite Philistine.
I mean, it's obvious why a conscience would evolve. Once something smart enough begins to figure out what's right, or try to understand what's right and what's wrong, make that difference, that question is another. I'm not coming up from the science shit. That wasn't science, but it was like the next stuff up. Probably not gonna watch it. H3's over. I'm kind of done. I watched some of Tuscan today. I need to go back home. Well, maybe I should go to Bruma instead. Oh shit. Bruma's way the fuck up there. I'm almost there as fuck. Ah! Enemy dots. What the shit? What do you mean enemies nearby? Whoa, what the fuck? Damn, dude. Thought they were looking the other way. Come on, I'll fuck you up right here. Oh shit. South Kansas City. South of South Kansas City, really. Oh, no way. Not again. Wait, what? Damn it. Damn it. Keep trying to do public catch, but that's not what I want. Check. And Joltic? What the fuck is that? I think I got one of those the other day. Is that like one of Evian or Eevee's things? From the new ones? Oh, shit. got me way the fuck up there. Shit, I don't have a fucking bow and arrow. That guy's using me. Oh yeah. Dude, I'm sorry about the flickering. I can't fix that. Or I don't know how to fix that. I'm trying. just need to like chill. Guess I could have used that against 3 of them though. Both go the same place. Let's do a small place, and everyone goes to a little bit bigger place. But I gotta jump down or up or something eventually. A banana? No, it's corn. Is that flour? Pear, Jesus. Actually, I think that creepypasta that Nate read, I think I've actually heard that before. Maybe Creeps did it. Creeps and Pasta? No. Mr. Creeps, he just got 1 million subs. Congrats to Mr. Creeps. Wait, how? Oh, it's the head. I was gonna say, how does it have 2 ribs? The only skeleton and all that bones, and it has nothing. Cocnea. Looks like I've got one. Yeah, Cocnea. I wonder if because it's like, well, all games like pretty much come with an epilepsy warning these days, don't they? I wonder if I need one because this game is like tripping out. Oh, sorry, Sheba, didn't mean to wake you up. Small. It's fucking heavy. Catch it. Then I got this like magnetic putty. It's kind of like oil. Favorite that they make. Dude, this website just like showed up. Their advertisement is like one of the only advertisements that ever gets me. Because I really wanted what they had. This is fucking like magnetic, real magnetic putty. It's not like iron fire. It's not like that magnetic fluid with iron filings in it. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's like a whole bunch of itty bitty tiny magnets. Like, pull them apart, you can see it. The magnet spaghetti that it makes. And you put another piece next to it, it'll make it stop swinging quick, because it's all got magnetic domains, baby. It's so fucking soft and easy to manipulate. And then you just roll it up into a ball when you're done with it. Of course, this is a giant amount. Like, this is 2 of the $70 bundles and 1 of the $50 bundles. So it should be about 1,500 of them. But 1,000 is like $80. These are like quote unquote toys, but they are legit science toys. They don't. My chat on YouTube. They don't. They're not fucking around. This is real shit. Like real nice magnets, and they're strong magnets. But these 3 things are the only things on their website I would recommend. Maybe that magnetic I don't know, the little geography thing. I don't know if you can change how many sides those plates have, but maybe that magnet toy, but honestly, their other magnets, the Helix and the other bendy ones, they look like shit compared to everything else they got. And this is a big one. Their shit is expensive. It's like legit expensive, but it's the best. Like, it's a good toys. Like, this shit glows in a black light or glows in the dark, and even so does the lines in this. The good fidget toys cost a good amount of money because of the milling process involved and what they can charge for it. And it's worth it when you get good ones. You can kind of okay, you probably can't see it glowing, I can. But oh yeah, dude, but I guess it's kind of hard to show. But this is just a magnet that, and I think it's like filled up with ball bearings, because the magnets sound weird. It's got like a crackling, and that's not because of the face of it. That's not what's catching. These little screws, they cover, you can see the plate, and I think the magnets in them are like in between tiny little ball bearings or something. You can kind of tell when the magnets are a little bit free and they're not. They're strong too. Strong as fuck. Like this thing, it's a dragon that goes up. And you can hear it. It's got this thing on the back that you can spin. Oh shit. If I can get it off. Like, it's made of magnets. I have another one that in this piece there's a little thing that you pull down and it sucks to the top. It's a kind of nicer one. There it is. Kind of nicer one than this, but in the part that spins, it's got that many magnets on the inside and that many magnets on the outside. And this thing, you pull it off. This is a plate milled out on its own with spots for the magnets. That one's got 3 for these. This one goes in here. The other one goes in here. And then it it makes different sounds and you can move it around. It's got that magnetic slide. And then it's got that thing on the back. This one is an owl, but usually it's just squiggly lines on the dragon one, but there's an owl one, and I combine the end because the owl's got third eyes all over it and it looks weird. So I like the dragon front and the owl back. They sent me those ones for free because the first one they sent me, like, I lost this part. The spinning part on the back has this it's got all these magnets in it, and then in the middle, that's not a magnet, that's a ball bearing. I've never seen a ball bearing this. Oh, god damn it. I just dropped it in there, and it's gonna be super hard to get without the ball bearing. So there we go. So there. See, it goes in this hole in the back. Or really, it doesn't go in there. It goes around the post and the magnetic part that goes into this. But I've learned that I like it to be in that hole better, even though it doesn't turn as good that way when you push it deep in that hole. It still turns just fine, and it's not as likely to come out if you drop it, which sucks, because if you drop it, this thing's liable to just blow apart. And they're fucking expensive. They're like $20 for this. Easily, maybe more. And I've got a bunch of them that are like that, but this is another free one without anything. And you can take this plate off, and it's got extra pads that you can put on the bottom, silicone pads. But you take this off, and then it has a bunch of these little silicone discs that you put underneath these and over the magnets, so when you go back and forth, you probably can't hear it. It's incredibly silent, and it's made of like carbon fiber or something, so it sounds like wood with little magnets in it. It's very quiet compared to the other fidget things. I keep putting this one on both sides of my shirt like this. I gotta be careful because these necklaces are magnetic. Or they're ferromagnetic. They're not magnetic on their own. So I keep putting it on my shirt to hold it. See, I personally like the ones without the tracks better. It depends on if you want more clicks, but see, that one clicks a lot. The one that I think is filled with little tiny ball bearings, but I'm not going to open it up and see if it's made out of springs or something like that and have them all fly out of it, because that thing was too expensive. This one's got a little deal on it that you can spin, but it lost the ability to hold itself up the day after I bought it. They sent me a new one because of that, and this one did it too. So if I want to use this, I've got to like point it down. But it's easier when I extend it like this. See, this shit's got this tape on the inside. It's not rubbed through, it's just when the top rubs off of it, it doesn't look like that picture. This is what this one looks like. It's got a little bit of tape over the magnets, and then it's got this thing, which, oops. Okay, here it is. There's two little magnets in there that hold it at the top, so when you pull it off, it goes back down. Doing it that hard can make it fall off, but then you put these on there and it's extra. The magnets are even stronger now. What? A swaddle? What the fuck? Looks like I have one of those too. Dude, why does the doorbell keep going? Why is Facebook on here, dude? I don't know why. I guess I did text him on Facebook. But just to like reply to something, not to actually talk to him, I don't really use that app. So yeah, this part's got that little, it's got a little thumbprint on it. Just sit there and do that. And then this one, just sit there, it's upside down, do that. It spins that plate. Or you could hold it like that. It's harder to do upside down, but holding it like that's a lot easier. It still does that. Got a whole bag of those kinds of stuff in here. I also got a couple rocks. I got these. Those are some fucking nice opals. And a Herkimer diamond. That was probably boring as fuck. I just use it because I like use those things. I've got this little spinning one. It spins for a long fucking time. Like it never stops spinning. And I can't like get enough of it. It's like, it's so comfortable. Even like rolling it around, just leaning on it, it's super comfortable. I'm glad I got a giant one. They're probably like close to $50 too, so I'm not rich, I don't like that money, but I don't ever spend money on it, so other than games, which I get very few of those comparatively, but although when I was younger, it was like Blockbuster, you rented games, it was different. I guess there still is stuff like that, like if I guess I had a PC, I could sign up for Xbox Pass or whatever it's called. No. Why would anybody buy viewers? It's the most pathetic shit. Especially, why would anyone buy them from the people selling them in comments on Twitch? Like, those ones would have to get filtered out even if you did buy them, right? There was a spot here. Is that it?
Oh.
I thought I was gonna make it. What is... what's this one? Whoa. Giant collection of all those would be good, but let's get everything in here. Whoa! Deli bird? What the hell is that? That's in chat. Deli bird, I think. I got one of those too, really? Oh shit, I remember the cupboard. Oh yeah, I got a lot of bones. Oh, 68. nothing I'm willing to fucking give up. Wish I had my goddamn. What did I just pick up that was that fucking much? Oh, probably that. Shit. Or maybe that was only a few minutes ago. kill. I fucked her. Can't see my horses there. Already at 7:35, so I guess they're 5 after. Oh, wow, fetus. A phoebus. What the fuck is a phoebus? Well, apparently I've fucking already caught one, so I don't know if that's fucked up or what it is, but... maybe I've just caught... has it said I haven't caught one yet? There's only been a few, like less than 10 probably. Wigglers will make you trick their life. They have lysergic acid almide, which is a precursor to lysergic acid diethylamide, which is LSD, also known as acid. They're great. They really are. Especially when you get them natural, not the fucking covered in chemicals shit you get from Home Depot. It really is like a real light, super tiny light LSD. Taking that with me last time. yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this place. That big fucking sword I got. Taking whatever effect you have off. Talking to my cousin about we're gonna go to the next Pussiford and Primus show. we went to the last one that came to Kansas City. Actually, that might have been where I got this. No, I think I got this just seeing Pussifer by themselves. But Pussifer and Primus are coming again. In July, right before my cousin's birthday, or the month before my cousin's birthday, so I'm gonna pay for tickets for us to go to see Pussifer and Primus, and I love seeing them together. They do fucking great, dude. I love both those bands by themselves, and a lot of people get pissed, but it's nothing against Tool. Trust me, it's 100% nothing against Tool, but I just like Pussifer better than Tool. But, man, seeing Pussifer and Primus together is such a fucking crazy show experience. Okay, I shouldn't have to go all the way back out. Yeah, I don't. At least I know it's working. Come on. By Cummins. Gross, it's like syrupy Southern Comfort. Normally I drink like Wild Turkey 101 because it's like whiskey that's not like syrupy. Like I've noticed like the more fancy whiskeys are like have something in common with super cheap whiskeys is they get like syrupy, and I don't give a fuck what kind of whiskey YouTube dumbass reviewer you are. I think those are the lamest, some of the, not the lamest, or way more lame channels, but some of the lamest channels on YouTube. I just hate whiskey reviews. Maybe it's because I'm not a drinker, but like when I do, I don't want like whiskey that tastes like syrup. Like I don't want syrup to burn the back of my throat. I want water to burn the back of my throat, like fire water, not fire syrup. God. Syrupy whiskeys like Seagram's or Southern Comfort, I guess, or like, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's biased. Maybe if I had the Wild Turkey 101, I would have thought it was more syrupy, but because I just never drink. But I doubt it. I want to say I almost bought Everclear, but that's like only for mixing. You can't drink that shit straight. It's dangerous. Like it, not dangerous. I mean, it is dangerous, and it'll fuck you up and kill you. But I mean, it's also dangerous as in it'll burn your throat if you drink it straight. And I'd rather just drink a shot of whiskey than drink like a big glass of water. With the shot of whiskey mixed into it, but you have to dilute it so much with a glass of water so that it doesn't burn you, because then that's how much more that you're doing. Actually, I don't care. They're honestly both the same when you think about it. That's weird. I told him about the dream I had about him, my cousin, by the way, about him as well. He's one, because it's weird that I had a dream about it. I really do a little bit. Not really, because it's been like all my life. I used to be able to drink any alcohol like it was water. Because that was back in my younger days when I could get hooked up on anything and do as much as I wanted. Even though there are things I didn't like stimulants, like meth and stuff, I didn't like them. And I could do more, but I didn't like to. But I could like, with opiates, I could do double. Anyone could do it their max. Not saying I'm proud of that, not saying that's cool. In fact, that's dangerous and that's stupid, but that's because I was a super opiate addict. Dude, I was doing fentanyl way before, and I was doing Oxycontin before I even knew what that shit was. I remember in my senior year seeing it come on the news that we watched on, it was called Channel 1 News. We watched it every morning. It was basically like NPR for kids. And they were saying how Oxycontin was just like heroin, or the same potency as heroin, because they are. They're both considered 10 times more powerful than morphine. And they're both about the same, yeah, and that's right. And they put that on the news, and I was like, no, fuck, no, dude. Now everybody's gonna be asking about Oxycontin. And I was like, I don't want nobody asking about this drug, because back then it was flooding the streets, dude. Like, people that didn't like painkillers, but they would continue filling their prescriptions. I knew somebody that had bottles of 40 milligram Oxycontins, like, lined in their mirror. And they're, you know how a bathroom medicine cabinet, like, it has a mirror that you open up, and anyways, they had that whole thing filled with bottles of 40 milligram Oxycontins, because nobody knew what it was, and they were selling them basically just to me and my best friend. They're 40 milligrams, we were getting them for 3 apiece. That's what we paid back then. We paid just under 10 cents a milligram, because that's what they were worth on the streets back then. So anyone that I ever bought them from, that's what I used to pay. And so we would buy, like, the whole prescription, basically, every fucking week. And what is that, 90, 40s, so let's say it was 100, just to make the math easy. Oh my fucking god, that's less than they paid for the prescription, 100%, holy shit, dude. So, we paid less than $300 for the prescription. I mean, they probably used insurance, so the prescription to them was probably only $20, but to the insurance it was hundreds. Without insurance, that prescription would have been around $800 to $1,000. My uncle had a prescription of 90 80s, which is the biggest prescription you could get at the time. For a while, they did 160 80s, because they had an Oxycontin that used to be 160 milligrams, and I know somebody that's done one. But just one person. I never saw them, because by the time I was 15 and I was into it, they didn't have those Oxycontins anymore. Those had been outlawed for years. So, basically, dude, oh my god, dude, like, I think at $300 for 90 milligram, or 90, 40 milligram Oxycontins, that's fucking crazy. That wouldn't be the price, it'd be more like 320 or something. Am I tripping? Because 3 times 9 is 2, okay, so it would have been 270. I don't need my calculator. That's what it was. It was $270 for a whole prescription. I was just using 100 and 300 for, because of the easy numbers. But it's 90, not 100, so it would have been $270. That's fucking crazy. And we do that. I shouldn't say we, because my friend didn't really like them. He'd do a few of them and be fine, but I do the whole bottle in a week. So, and that was when I was 15. So, that was before I even started shooting them. Before I knew you could, but I didn't know where to get needles and shit back then. I never thought of it, but then we started getting the 30 milligram instant release, and that's when it at the same price, and that's when it got crazy when I started shooting up and doing everything, because, dude, those 30 milligrams, like I said, the ones we were getting were 20 milligrams, and they're a big ass pill. Then you got 30 milligrams that are a little bit smaller, but then you got the 80 milligrams, which are the size of a fucking dime, basically, so it's hard to, you can't shoot up a bunch of those. I mean, you could shoot up one of those, or maybe 2, or you could shoot up 3 or 5 honestly, the most I could get in the syringe was 390s easily, because we used the super small syringes. I mean, we didn't need the bigger ones. And I missed. No, I tried to get it. I can't believe I haven't got a Caterpie, dude. That's fucked up. I've got Metapod. I don't know. I think I've got Butterfree too. And that's just like, that's what it was for me when I was young. That's what I did, dude. That's what I mowed my grandparents' lawn and get like CDs or whatever, or I'd buy a shitload. I'd get money for a shitload of pills, and I mean, I was just a total junkie back then. It just didn't seem like it, because I wasn't going to get heroin or anything like that, even though I might as well have been, and I knew that. But it, like, we would have had to go down to KC, and I would have not been comfortable driving, even though I knew it, because I grew up down there. I got to know it real well later on. Once I got out of high school, my friend had already dropped out, so we were going out there and going. Before I even got, I'm lucky I graduated high school. I was working at a place right next to the special high school that I got sent to, because it was like a special school basically, and where I knew people that failed it, but it's like impossible to fail. You have to be trying to fail. The only way you can fail at the school is if you were trying. Let me put it that way, because when we did our tests, we got the answers to the test to know which ones we got wrong, and then it asked us, do you want to retry? And it's like, yes, I want to retry, and you just wrote down the answers, and then you get 100% on the class. So, or on the test. So I graduated my senior year with a 4.0. Actually, it was probably higher because I did extra credit stuff too. Let my pup out. She's such a good girl. Style Mac would have picked that one up. No wonder. Wait a second. Oh, because that's YouTube Studio. I just went plain Opera. There we go. What? Oh.
People are quite reasonably concerned.
No.
And so,
Not
yes,
reasonable.
anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough.
Okay, this
It's
is bad.
not reasonable, actually.
Are quite reasonably concerned.
No.
And so,
Not
yes,
reasonable.
anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned
We're
enough.
not
Okay,
talking
this
It's
about-
not reasonable, actually.
These clips from our chat as proof that our audience is genuinely concerned.
Kaka clients.
Kaka Klein's. It was her. I think it was Amy P that called CPS. Or Jeff, bro. The Klein household is always going crazy with nasty stuff.
Doo-doo family.
And then the worst of all, the one he led with, the most damning, Doo-doo family. The Doo-doo family commenter left a comment. Hold on.
Wait, it's a different one. It's the Klein poop house.
Oh, it's the Klein poop house.
It's another one.
My chat ended up on iDubbbz's content debut. I said the Klein poop house is a joke. As a joke. Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Don't worry.
I think there's more to come. Let's see more people calling you Kaka Klein.
To call CPS, including
Wait,
Ethan's
hold on.
content reasonably concerned. And so, yes,
Yeah, they seem really
anyone who's
concerned.
seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including
Yep.
Ethan's own chat, which, by
Yo,
the
shout out
way,
Lana
is
D.
not a
Yep.
measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream.
Ethan has poo-poo hands.
Those are people concerned.
Ethan eats poo.
So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan.
Get this man a bubble. The Kleins are playing Human Centipede. How does that happen? Everyone got dysentery? It's like the goddamn Oregon Trail in your house? These people sound extremely concerned. Versus, by the way, Denim's chat, which is call the CPS, call CPS.
Oh, yeah.
You're abusing your child should be taken away from you.
Right.
People are quite reasonably concerned.
No.
And so,
Not
yes,
reasonable.
anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough.
Okay, this
It's
is bad.
not reasonable, actually.
These clips from our chat as proof that our audience is genuinely concerned.
Kaka clients.
Kaka Klein's. It was her. I think it was Amy P that called CPS. Or Jeff, bro. The Klein household is always going crazy with nasty stuff.
Doo-doo family.
And then the worst of all, the one he led with, the most damning, Doo-doo family. The Doo-doo family commenter left a comment. Hold on.
Wait, it's a different one. It's the Klein poop house.
Oh, it's the Klein poop house.
It's another one.
My chat ended up on iDubbbz's content debut. I said the Klein poop house is a joke. As a joke. Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Don't worry.
I think there's more to come. Let's see more people calling you Kaka Klein.
To call CPS, including
Wait,
Ethan's
hold on.
content reasonably concerned. And so, yes,
Yeah, they seem really
anyone who's
concerned.
seeing that content might be concerned.
3, 2, 1, open!
Well, I cannot.
Well, now,
Well,
I. Our true selves. At last. My God, you actually just look stunning.
And you are beautiful.
Well, let's relax. But
different strokes
for different folks. Are we superheroes? Sunfire, use your Radiance Blast. And after that, I'll use Twirl Attack. Pow! Pow! Drink milk every day. The American Dairy Farmers Association says terrorism. Too dark?
They made me look too good. And I think it's a little too distracting. You get to a point and it's like, can't be funny.
After WrestleMania, we decided to amicably part ways. I haven't taken my ring off.
And I've moved on.
3, 2, 1, open!
Want to see something cool? Despite growing up where the men are men and the cows run scared along that 3 miles of 96 known for its dairy air, it's not the cows, it's the turd works. This is the first time I've ever beheld the anachronistic visage of a fully functioning farm watering windmill. This is so cool! I've seen a million of these that were as non-functioning ornamentation as my vasectomated double bubble bowling bag, planted on suburban monocultures by people who think they want to live on a farm, but have never tugged a teat or ambled bare feet upon a pasture pad. But they're all big hat, no cattle. Half the time they don't even spin, and I've never seen one with a functioning well underneath. This one, though, actually delivers. So let's have a butcher's and explore how it works. This is a hot single in my area with a gearbox and crank up on top. The wind spins the wheel and the shaft feels a tug. Gravity takes care of the return stroke. On the downstroke, it charges the pump head with a slug of water, possibly through leather valves in the unlikely event they're still original. Then when the climatic kinetic energy reaches its climax, it lifts the slug up the pipe and overflows out the top, down the other pipe and into the water trough. It's elegantly simple and a beautiful application of necessity being a mother of an inventor. I think this particular one is most likely an air motor, judging by its shape. They've been making these for almost 140 years now and are based out of Texas. This one is an excavating company located on what was once a farm and isn't watering anything these days but a few Canadian geese. But she's still working, still pumping, and gave me a chance to share a beautiful bit of engineering history with you today. And that's pretty cool. Want to see something cool? Despite growing up where the men are men and the cows run scared along that 3 miles of 96 known for its dairy air, it's not the cows, it's the turd works. This is the first time I've ever beheld the anachronistic visage of a fully functioning farm watering windmill. This is so
The FDA has missed 3 clinical decision deadlines in 2025 that were meant to either approve new medications or add indications to existing medications. The most recent being mepolizumab, known as Nucala, which normally treats severe asthma and nasal polyps, and the new indication would have been for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. And there was also a medication that was new to help treat a rare genetic disease called Barth syndrome, and the third is getting full approval for the Novavax COVID-19 vaccine. Because of the Prescription Drug User Fee Act of 1992, pharmaceutical companies pay the FDA in order to have a more expedited drug review process, because it used to take several years before the FDA would make a decision about new drugs coming onto the market. And so they would get 6 to 10 months and get a specific clinical decision date after collecting the user fees to expedite this process. And when you start having these delays, then patients won't necessarily get access to the medications right away, and then the drug manufacturers and investors wouldn't be able to have a good timeline in order for the manufacturing and distribution process to occur in a timely manner, which creates further delays in getting access to care. Now, according to a government spokesperson, they said any delays in drug approvals are the result of the FDA's rigorous review process, which is designed to ensure that all medications are safe and effective for the American people. These delays are not connected to the recent reorganization. That honestly is a little bit hard to believe, because recently they have cut 3,500 jobs from the FDA, which many of them may have been involved in the review process. Now, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but with these recent cuts, it's not surprising that we're starting to see delays in approval of medications. The FDA has missed 3 clinical decision deadlines in 2025 that were meant to either approve new medications or add indications to existing medications. The most recent being mepolizumab, known as Nucala.
So they're basically saying, no, I will not disobey my vow to do what is right for people, and the government is like, well then fuck you. That's crazy. batshit insane.
People are quite reasonably concerned.
No.
And so,
Not
yes,
reasonable.
anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough.
Okay, this
It's
is bad.
not reasonable, actually.
These clips from our chat as proof that our audience is genuinely concerned. Kaka Kleins. It was her. I think it was Amy P that called CPS. Or Jeff. Bro, the Klein household is always going crazy with nasty stuff.
Doo-doo family.
And then the worst of all, the one he led with, the most damning, Doo-doo family. The Doo-doo family commenter left a comment. Hold on.
Wait, it's a different one. It's the Klein Poop House.
Oh, it's the Klein Poop House.
It's another one.
My chat ended up on iDubbbz's content debut. I said the Klein Poop House is a joke. As a joke. Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Don't worry.
I think there's more to come. Let's see more people calling you Kaka Klein.
To call CPS, including content reasonably concerned. And so, yes,
yeah, they seem really concerned.
Anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS.
This guy's cool as shit. I love his content.
Catch a lift. You can ride for free. This was done in exchange to allow the cargo train to run through different zones. Check in with the main desk and get a room key. There are suites, bars, chef bots, and bathhouses. Welcome to the observation deck. There are suites, bars, chef bots, and bathhouses. Welcome to the observation deck. There are suites, bars, chef bots, and bathhouses. Welcome to the observation deck. I'm not even sure the original creators still exist, considering how run down some of the spots look. But everything seems to work. There aren't usually many other passengers, because this train only goes in one direction. So collect yourself whether you are running or exploring, because it will be difficult to make your way back from here. But how else will you find my map?
Dude, thumbs up. Whoa, what was that? I think you said admit one. He put those eyes on her on that. No, she was fine. I don't know what to say. 11 minutes. Who the fuck is that? That's somebody subscribe. I don't even know who that is. is Albanese candy? I've never heard of that. I'd buy it from them. Smart Sweets? I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy that. Oh, I like the name. It's not good. It's a lie. It's sweets aren't smart. They're not great for you, but you eat them.
Put sugar on a rectal prolapse to suck up the moisture and push it back in. Kind of like salt on a snail, I guess. What you can't do is rub a Snickers bar on a rectal prolapse, hoping it'll go away. Everybody knows it's not easy to be a healthcare worker. Sometimes we make mistakes, we're only human. Today we are reading the silliest things healthcare workers have done while working in the hospital. My name is Stephen Ho, your favorite ER technician. Welcome back to the channel. Former EMT here. We were going over a training scenario with the strict instructor. He says, we arrive on scene, what is the first thing we do? One overly excited student answers, call 911. We all hold our breath. The instructor did a double take, stared the coldest stare, and said, are you stupid? You are 911. My friends, there are no stupid questions, but there are stupid answers. My paramedic partner and I accidentally threw away a guy's finger. Oop, it's not good. A gentleman cut off his finger using a saw, and when we arrived, a firefighter gave me plastic grocery bag that I thought was bloody gauze and trash. Oh no. I grabbed it and tossed it in our biohazard trash can. When we arrived at the hospital, I called the firefighter to ask what happened to the finger, and he insisted that he gave it to me. Whoops! The paramedic thought the fireman did it, the fireman thought the paramedic did it. It's a classic case of pointing fingers. Too soon? Oh, someone f***ed up. Damn! For those of you who don't know, that is a Foley bag. You see that liquid in there is urine. And that urine comes from a patient when we stick a tube in them, and that tube goes into this bag. This bag is usually hung on the gurney as we're transporting patients to different floors. And I guess this bag got caught in the elevator floor, which means the tube that is in the patient's urethra is probably yanked out, which is very painful. The way we get these things to stay in the urethra is that we blow a little hole at the end of the tube, and it keeps the tube from coming out. The balloon is pretty big compared to your urethra, and when it gets pulled out, there's usually a lot of blood.
I have to finish this paper. I'm swamped. No one told me college would be so damn.
Just get Grammarly. So yeah, someone f***ed up. Worst elevator ride ever. And wettest. I'm a genetic where we get these things to stay. And I guess this bag got caught. Oh, someone f***ed up. Damn. Oh no. I grabbed it and tossed it in our biohazard trash can. When we arrived at the hospital, I called the firefighter to ask what happened to the Oh!
I don't know how we get stuck in that spot and not the middle. That's gotta be fake. But even if it was that spot, they'd be like grabbing it and I'm trying to pull it back out and it would break before the patient, hopefully. My God.
Oh, someone f***ed up. Damn! For those of you who don't know, that is a Foley bag. You see that liquid in there is urine. And that urine comes from a patient when we stick a tube in them, and that tube goes into this bag. This bag is usually hung on the gurney as we're transporting patients to different floors. And I guess this bag got caught in the elevator floor, which means the tube that is in the patient's urethra is probably yanked out, which is very painful. The way we get these things to stay in the urethra is that we blow a little hole at the end of the tube, and it keeps the tube from coming out. The balloon is pretty big compared to your urethra, and when it gets pulled out, there's usually a lot of blood. So yeah, someone up. Worst elevator ride ever. And wettest. I'm a genetic counselor at a prenatal clinic. One time we hired a new nurse who was, shall we say, not the brightest bulb. Okay, her job was just basic patient intake and rooming patients. Now, remember, this was a prenatal clinic. After working for us for more than a week, she suddenly realized, wait a second, are all of our patients pregnant? Yes. Jesus. Not the brightest bulb, you say? Seems like the bulb never turned on. This poor girl. She also worked at the vet, but was let go when she asked, when are we getting the human patients? Paramedic for 40 years, went to pick up this old man to transport him to the ER. As we carry the gurney up the spiral staircase, we find the 90-pound, 150-year-old patient in bed. Oh, 90 pounds, 150 years old. It's gotta be an exaggeration, but we'll continue. As we carried the gurney back down the spiral staircase, the patient slipped and spread eagle his balls to the face of my partner. He quit the next day. Okay, so if you don't know, that's terrible. A gurney, when you see the paramedics and EMTs show up, there are 2 to 3 seatbelts that should securely hold the patient down. I understand a spiral staircase is a very unique situation to be bringing a patient up and down with, but nonetheless, the patient should not have slipped out of the gurney and spread eagle and planted their testicles on the paramedic's face. Interestingly enough, usually for staircases, I don't know how old the story is, but we have what's called a stair chair that we can help patients get in and out of the house. And it's smaller, much easier. We basically sit the patient in a makeshift chair, strap them down, and we carry them down the stairs. It's much easier to extract a patient in a stair chair than it is a gurney. Maybe we try a stair chair next time. That poor paramedic. Nothing says 2 weeks notice like old balls to the face. Am I right? Patient was 150 years old. Hadn't gotten action like that since World War II. Good for grandpa.
I don't know if I can even tell this one with a straight face, but I was taking care of a patient and I had a med student. The patient came in with a rectal prolapse. Rectal prolapse is when your rectum turns inside out, sticks outside of the body. So the med student tried to push it back in. He couldn't get it back in, and he asked me, what else can we do? And I told him, well, you need to find some sugar, because we put sugar on a rectal prolapse, and when you do that, it draws out the fluid and you can push it back in. And so this is the middle of the night, and he tells me, well, the cafeteria's closed, I don't know if I can find any sugar. I tell him, well, just go see what you can round up. So I go back to the room, and I'm trying to put the rectal prolapse back in the room. And guess what he walks back in the room with? I am not kidding, the Snickers bar. Imagine the look on the patient's face when we pull out a Snickers and we tell him we're going to fix his rectal prolapse with this. I mean, Snickers always satisfies, but I don't think that's what they meant.
All right, I learned something new. Put sugar on a rectal prolapse to suck up the moisture and push it back in. Kind of like salt on a snail, I guess. What you can't do is rub a Snickers bar on a rectal prolapse, hoping it'll go away. Good on the med student for trying. You asked for sugar? You're getting sugar. When we had a patient expire, and we were so busy, nobody knew she passed.
Wow, cool ride. But your garage sucks. Yeah, you're right. Now this is a masterpiece.
Well, anyway, her daughter comes to visit and finds mom dead.
Get a bowl of ice cream. I'm not gonna leave that on. I used to, but now I feel like it's kind of stealing. If I leave someone else's content on and I'm just not there, share reacting, I don't like that. so I don't need to save it, but I will. I'm gonna save it and get off because I ate dinner kind of late, I guess, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go to bed tonight after that. So. Anyone and everyone, love you guys. Thanks for watching whenever and wherever you are. And love everyone. Peace out.